Today is October 13th. Here we go. 2021. All right. What do we got here? Thank you, Ms. D, for getting the minutes out. I've had a chance to peruse them. If you have any additions, changes, subtractions, submit, request. If not, I'd entertain a motion, please. Anyone?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All those in favor accepting the minutes as submitted?
Aye.
All right. Mr. Martin, rock and roll.
Just briefly, last month was, or so far October's been fairly busy, and we had a successful fall festival that Amy will probably tell you more about.
Well, actually, I have Trace's notes because he's unable to attend.
Go over those. But well attended for their first project. And then wanted to let you know about Winterfest. The rink will go in sometime 1st of November. We are looking at a November 20th through the end of the year. Christmas falls on a...
It falls on the 25th.
I know, I'm trying to think if it's a Friday.
No, that's the only thing.
It's a Saturday, so we won't be open. We won't be open for Christmas or New Year's weekend. So, but I think we've got 3 weekends open, and then plus 2 weeks during the winter break.
Has the rubber, now when's the rubber, instead of having the compacted aggregates material from like we used last year, they're going to use a rubberized, has that arrived yet?
It hasn't yet, no, so we hope to have that sometime in the next week or so.
Okay.
But we hope to start installing by the 8th of November.
Okay.
And finish by the 20th, so.
All right.
Other than that, Outrun the Sun was a success. We had our show wagon there. And
If you'd have been up here on Saturday, roughly between 8 a.m. till dark, you had, I think Pat told me they had 10 youth football games, Day of the Dead commemoration. You had Outrun the Sun, literally all within a quarter mile, if that far, of each other. Busier than a one-legged man at a butt-kicking contest up here we were. But it was pretty cool, just the vibrancy. And if you couldn't ask for more, like I said, extreme divergent uses of the facility and people of all flavors, variety, everybody. I think if you wanted to watch Little League football, stick around for a concert after the 5K run, or a little cultural experience over there at the cultural campus, you had it all here. So it was pretty cool. So
YMCA also had their all-city.
yes, that's right. They had their cross-country meet. Yes, they did. Yes, I talked to Jenny about that. So it's a fun, exhausting type. When I say it's exhausting, but that's what we're putting money into this for. And I hope elements, not in this room, but who share this occupancy can realize that. Mm-hmm. It's important.
so not a lot to add beyond that.
Okay. And I'll have, well, since they just entered the room, you guys can arm wrestle. Ms. Corey, can you add a little bit? Because I know you guys have a little more detail. Winterfest, we got the dates going in, but I know the city's asking for volunteer organizations possibly, so I don't screw this up. Help me.
Absolutely. So Winterfest starts on the 20th of November and runs through the end of 2021. And we will have the skating rink open on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, Monday through Thursday. It will be available for private rentals. The hours, hang on, I can pull it up exactly so I don't miss.
4 to 8, I believe.
So on Fridays and Saturdays, the rink is open from, Fridays 4 to 8, Saturdays, Sundays 2 to 8. Then also during the MSDLT spring winter break, so December 20th, 21st, 22nd, 23rd, and the 27th, 28th, 29th, and 30th, We will be open 12 to 4 for public skating, so families have something to also do with their kids during winter break from schools. We are looking for entertainment groups so that every Friday and Saturday in December and the 2 Saturdays, well, we have the variety show on a Lawrence Christmas, which is with our parade and everything on November 27th. But the other Saturdays and Friday nights, we are looking for entertainment, so we are working with that. Also, there's the opportunity when the skating rink is open for volunteer organizations or nonprofit organizations to raise money for their cause, and they can work the skating hut. There will be a parks employee there to kind of help and guide them and open and make sure everything's opened and locked up properly. But then they can work the hut to rent the skates and do all that kind of stuff. Additionally, we're working closely, Arts for Lawrence. I can let Judy tell you a little bit about their things that they have going on that fall underneath there, but also the YMCA on the 4th is having breakfast with Santa. Also, we are working with Arts for Lawrence in a combination with a winter solstice walk, which will be.
I was going to ask you that.
Where that happens on the 21st. There will be a story time for kids. They will make lanterns, and then they'll walk from the Starrett Center over to the Civic Plaza where the ice rink will be. We are looking for a volunteer organization to help with that. We think we have one secured, and then they'll also provide hot chocolate for the kids when they get over to Civic Plaza. Also happening during Winterfest from 4 to 8 on December 4th is our winter market. So we will have a winter market happening there as well. And then we're working closely with Friends of Fort Harrison State Park on adding some things to our parade that happens with our Lawrence Christmas event with the parade and variety show and everything. And so we may have some military vehicles in there this year and some reenactors to also be true to the history of who we are and where our roots are in Lawrence. Any questions on that?
Things to do, folks. Thank you, ma'am.
Sure.
Miss Judith?
Purple on here.
Oh, I just, well, my calendar is like, oh man, she has her calendar, I better do mine too.
See,
So, things are moving along with the cultural campus. We still have the amphitheater and the non-musical swings to finish up, and we still have some construction issues with the Visual Arts Center. But everything is programmed and moving forward. The Visual Arts Center opens officially this Friday for their very first art gallery show. It is all the artwork of the committee members who have volunteered their time to run that building. Also this Friday is a drag queen show at the theater. And then Saturday is one of our free films at the Fort, which is a double feature of Hocus Pocus at 7 p.m. and then at 10 p.m., the original Night of the Living Dead.
oh, that's classic. Oh,
Every weekend booked from now until our Christmas break. So next weekend, we open with Macbeth, and that runs 2 weekends. November 5th, we open with Elizabeth Rex, which also runs 2 weekends. The evening of Saturday, November 20th, we have a tap dancing event, both Saturday and Sunday. On the 27th, another Films at the Fort, which I believe is It's a Wonderful Life. Thank you.
what's the date for Wonderful Life again?
27?
Oh,
November 27th. It is following the parade and all of the tree lighting service. What are they calling it?
The ride show and tree lighting, and that goes till 7, and their film starts at 7.
That's right. So there's no lag time there. You can walk right inside and see a free movie. On December 4th, we have a puppet show in the theater from P. Winkle's Puppets. And on Saturday, the 5th, we have a free big band Christmas concert with the 38th Infantry Band, which is the band that has rehearsed in the theater for many, many years. They're also the musicians that we recorded for our marching sidewalk, and all the bugle calls are played by them. And then in December, later in December, we have the Nutcracker. One other thing that is up in the air, we were supposed to have a Christmas Carol come in December. That theater group canceled. And so Jay, who is our program director extraordinaire, is talking with Comedy Sports
They're good.
Comedy Sports Central?
Yes.
Is that their name? To bring in a one-man version of A Christmas Carol, which is a
God.
comedy, but it is still Christmas themed. And so that is not a done deal, but we're hoping to fill that spot with Comedy Central. And then we take a 2-week break, and we'll be back in January with a full schedule after that. So.
Real quick, when are we breaking concrete for the amphitheater?
So the first thing that, we have a contract, we have
Right.
someone working on it. It's Brian
Eastridge.
with Reese Construction. He is having a difficult time getting some details from the engineer on the
Okay.
amphitheater. So he's going to break ground on the non-musical swings first.
Okay.
Should see that happening any
Any
day.
moment, okay.
Any moment. He and I are meeting next week to discuss the attachment of the swings, which are a prefab
Right.
bench, and also to kind of nail down those details with the engineer on the amphitheater.
The AV equipment for the Starrett Center?
It is all ordered.
Okay.
I need to work with Eric to get an electrician in before that stuff arrives so that we have everything set. But unfortunately, that is one of those things that it is ordered.
Oh, yeah.
Brian can't tell me when it will be delivered.
It might be in one of those tanker
Hopefully-
ships out there and off the coast of
Right?
Long Beach, yeah.
Hopefully, it's not 6 months and 9
Right.
months that we're waiting, but I also do not have any delivery dates.
But
to
that's all I would do. They would.
The other thing that you should be seeing relatively soon is curtains.
Oh, okay.
So the
neat.
theater curtains are in production right now as well, and that's local, so they don't have to ship those.
What time does the Visual Arts Center kick off tomorrow?
Friday.
Friday. Today's only Wednesday.
Please don't take another day off my week. I need tomorrow. It's at 6 p.m.
Okay. Got it.
6 p.m. and then the drag queen show is at 7:30, so you can do both if you are into that kind of thing. So.
All right. Thank you, ma'am.
welcome.
Keep going. All right. Get down to board comments. I can't say anything because I can't read anything. Eric, just a couple things we've got to get going on is invoices to all of our youth leagues and Cathedral for their seasons that have all wrapped up. I know youth football's still playing right now, but we've got to make that happen. We also need to be sending out now that these leagues need to get to us their league financials in detail. You know, some Quicken book, some type of format. Both you and I got this from Will Jacobs about their, when are they going to get their sign placed at Community Park and the issue of the blue picnic tables at Community Park.
I'll send that to RJ.
Got it. Yeah, I knew.
Us on that.
Make sure that happens. Real quick, Civic Plaza, we've decided we're gonna rebid it. Again, Eric, I mess up on the verbiage here. We're in pretty good shape though about as far as the grant money.
Well, we have to provide them an invoice
Right.
by sometime in June. So
Okay.
even if it's an invoice for the engineering,
It's something that says something's happening.
$200,000 worth, so they can
Got it.
send us that money.
So I'll give Letha Dunstan over at FHRA. She's done a really nice, she's been doing legwork on that, so.
They can give us an extension, but, you know, we've drawn out as far as we can.
Yeah, we gotta make it happen. We've got to make that happen. If you're bored, we have a Fort Harrison Reuse Authority meeting on Monday in here at 5:30, so if you want something to do, might as well go ahead and jump in real quick. On the butterfly gardens, I gave you a handout there. It's on our list, and I'll open it back up to the board here for your comments. I gave you a copy there. Eric, just real quick, we've been working real close with Liz Mazur. Says follow up from sign meeting. That is the bits and pieces cost process. And then on the backside, it's what the signage will, that's what it will say on the signage on the backside here. Eric, anything you need to add? What have we done? What's the scope of the contract?
I didn't receive that, so.
You did, but you didn't bring it. You're the only E. Martin I know.
Well, I must have.
You would have been more surprised if you woke up with your head sewn to the carpet. But
So, yes,
ahead.
we have, so far, we have finished the spraying today. I have a contract for the mayor to sign. Hopefully, I can get to him tomorrow to sign that. We've already issued the PO, but we need a letter to proceed from the mayor's office, so, with Cardno. So as soon as we get that done, then they can get their product and go out and do it.
now, which parts have we sprayed in and prepping?
We've sprayed Veterans Park today. We sprayed 45th and Rich Hart today. Last week, we got Lee Road Park done and Gen Park done.
Okay. When are we going to order the signage here? Do we order? Is that going to be ordered through this department?
It will be.
Okay.
So we'll have to get with these entities and get a W-9 and get them as an account, and then we can order the signs.
Okay. And just a shout out, Liz and her organization has done a real good job. Eric and I have met with her 3 times. And shout out to the council for allocating the money to do this. It's a unique opportunity. Add something that's desperately needed. So, Eric, if they planted this year, what would we see in May of 2022?
Probably not much.
Shoestings?
Yeah, you would probably see some grasses, the forbs and the flowering plants take a long time to root. The first year they might root, but they probably wouldn't produce any flowers.
Okay.
It's going to take 2 to 3 years before you see a lot of flowering
Okay.
vegetation, but most of it will pop the first year.
Okay. Board members, I'm open up if you have any other questions outside of butterflies you have for Eric.
Yep, what's the status of the agreement with Cathedral?
It was an annual agreement, so it was $75 per game. Their season's over, so we'll invoice them for the games that we had on our schedule and see if there are any additional ones that they might have added. I think it was, I want to say 14 dates that they had, and sometimes they had 2 or 3 games on it.
Yeah, JV freshman.
So
Yeah, I think it could be up to 30 games.
Are they still practicing or something over there?
no, that's FC Pride that's over there now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and they'll stay over there until,
Snow flies,
and,
and then some.
yeah, because they have their winter league that they'll continue to play.
Still one other question. Who controls the parade ground? Scheduling of that, is that the reuse authority?
The
The parade ground?
over there at Lawton Loop,
Yeah,
that's them. That's HOA. That's their Lawton Loop Association. Yes.
curious because all the things that go on.
Yeah. And I know Brad Kloffenstein living over there. He schedules a lot, but it's through that association that does all that, and he does a great job. I think he wants to do more over there. So it's their own little cultural campus. Oh, one thing I forgot to read, this was from Trace Yates. They brought in about $1,800 for their fall festival. They did a very nice job. Amy and the other volunteers, about a couple hundred folks. The weather just didn't cut them a break, which stunk, because when Eric and I were setting up for it, we thought there was a chance, but it was that Sunday. It got hot as all get up, and the wrath of God came blowing through about 6 o'clock. The band that they had, I'd like to see, that's, I think, the second time they've been out here. They need to be booked out here more. They were good. They couldn't believe, I mean, they were very impressed by our, our stage and everything. But they did a nice job, and, Trace and his group will hopefully will plan something for the spring. They haven't had much luck with weather and the like wanting to do any of these things. So moving forward, they would like to do some other, they want to get involved in fundraising. Corey's got some ideas in her brain to get them projects, get them priming their pump. But their fall festival was very nice. They did a great job with it. Mother Nature just won't cut them any slack.
Well, and bringing it back to the parks, we did have a generous individual who got who donated and got the park shelter rental.
Yes, that's so. I mean, if you get a chance, kudos. They did a great job, and like I said, they need a break weather-wise. So whatever they want to plan for the spring, we'll get that. Hopefully, they'll get going on that. Anything else to ask Eric from comments? Anything fun? All right, and I've lost here it is, it's right in front of me. Butterground. Eric, what's up? Lee Road, if you get a chance, head out to Lee Road. Where are we at with the trail there, boss?
I'd say they're about 75% done with the topping, with the top coat. They've got all the base coat down. There was some areas they had to rework, and last week wasn't very
No, it wasn't very nice.
kind with regards to rain, so they didn't get a lot of work done last week. But they're doing a great. It looks it's going to be a great project once it's done. We've got some benches to install, and there's some discussion about other exercise equipment that might go in around that area too, to foster some additional usage of the trail. So it should be done yet this week, and I would imagine we'll probably, in conjunction with the pickleball courts, we'll do a
Ribbon cutting.
ribbon
Rededication.
unveiling, yeah.
Caveat under that, where we at building the pickleball courts.
Pickleball courts didn't do anything. It must just be too wet this week.
Right.
Hopefully they'll be out, because the next thing is the asphalt. We met with the electrician 2 weeks ago to determine what service level we're going to have and where we're going to run the service from and how we're going to do the disconnects. And he's going to bring back couple ideas for us, whether we keep it indoors and run off the existing concession, or whether we set another panel and
Go anew.
go somewhere out closer to the pickleball, which might be the way we go, because that way we can expand without coming all the way back to the concession stand. So there's a limited amount of space available in the,
Late November completion date?
that's what they're hoping for.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Promise.
Was there a structure out there where the pickleball courts?
Will there be?
Was there a structure of some
Was there?
kind? There were big hunks of
There,
concrete.
and I guess those are well, I'm not sure if that was the footers. I don't remember if those had footers poured in the dugouts there or not.
Curious, because big hunks of concrete.
They are big hunks of yeah.
Tore the other ones out on the south side, but I thought those little ones didn't, unless they unearthed something. That could be,
Curious.
yeah.
Do we have a plan for what's going to happen with the rest of Lee Road Park?
Well, we had that discussion
Yeah,
today, so we're
Yeah, we did.
Or we take it one step at a time?
Yes, we have ideas. We have a couple different outside groups of interest of overseen adult leagues for us out there.
Adult softball.
Yeah, be it softball, be it beach volleyball, kickball, just the, you know, go ahead, you know, the ideal is to go ahead and completely refocus that park. You know, forever and ever. You hear me say this 10,000 times. Our parks are geared towards baseball, youth baseball or football or soccer, to make that an adult-themed activity park, to generate revenue out there. But we do have irons in the fire on that one.
So are we going to maintain the fields?
We're going to, I'll be blunt, no.
Are we going to keep the fields?
Those two baseball diamonds are there. The idea, and again, these are just ideas that we've kind of kicked around, that we convert those into softball or kickball.
Adult.
I guess adult kickball is quite popular, and they run a lot of leagues. The cathedral field, we would take down all the fencing, but leave the diamond there, skin the infield, and just have as a softball diamond or an open play area that you could play soccer in the outfield, or you could use it for softball or kickball or.
So we're gonna leave the lights out there, or are we gonna do something with those, or?
Well, it doesn't make much sense to remove the lights, because by the time you take them down and reinstall them somewhere, economically, it wouldn't make much difference in buying them and putting up a new set somewhere. So, yes, they will stay. They might redirect them to
Right.
put light on a volleyball court or something, but I would think that they will stay there for the interim at least. Yeah.
The entrance to the trail off of Lee Road, we're gonna still be an entrance off of that.
There will be, yeah.
Okay. We're gonna pave that part.
Yes, out all the way out to the sidewalk.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, I see.
Yep, trying to, like I said, multi-purpose it, but with a different theme to it
Okay.
over the next 2-3 years.
And then
Go ahead, Eric.
if the trail plan comes together
Yeah.
on Lee Road and up to 71st Street, and that'll be a cross area or an area to access the other side and
Okay,
continue on the trail.
deal. Good.
Trying to get the most bang for our buck out there. All right. We have, if there's nothing else, asking of Eric, we're working on our catering. This time last year, we were thinking, envisioning how to use Gin Park that we rehabbed, and how to use Starrett Center, which had been rehabbed. And we sent out RFPs, got back 3 that met the criteria. Going forward, I would like to republish RFPs to get a broader variety of vendors for those 2 places. Did we make any money going using caterer? How did it work for us this year going forward? It was a weird year.
Yeah. No, I don't think we made the money that we thought we were initially.
We had some grandfathered in though.
Right, I knew that. That was going to be what I was going to ask.
I think that additional variety would probably lend itself to more reservations.
And tying that in, we have the community center, which is why it's very important that other elements see what we're trying to do, this department is trying to do, so we can rehab the community center. That community center needs to be gutted, rehab, the kitchen, for folks that may, feel priced out of Gin Park or Starrett, or they just want to have their own food, beverage, drink out there. But it's imperative that the community center needs some serious, TLC done to it. And
How old is the community center?
1990.
yeah,
That's pretty old.
yes. And hopefully, like I said, some of the other monies that have been denied us at this time were earmarked for the rehabbing of that facility. Hence, that's the importance of that. That's another story. So Eric, currently, and I'm going to say this how do we actually only have 2 that signed their contract.
Correct.
And until that third one signs it, we've got to quit offering that as a vendor. Till they get signed in, they've got to follow and play the game right. So we've got to quit advertising them.
Well, I don't know that we have. But, yeah, I think they've been used once, so yeah.
Okay, yeah, now, I'm not anti, but Christ on Sunday, we got to do this right. Now, with the current 3 we have, that we said okey dokey to, are they good to go moving forward for the next year? Do we need to do anything different with them with this new RFP?
The Parks Board can continue their service for it's a 3-year agreement.
Right,
So we can continue it for 2 more years or 1 more year.
right.
Or they can ask continue. So both parties have to agree to continue the.
Okay, so so out of your office, you have to reach out to Porter's, Fitzgerald, and Chef Suzanne, correct?
See if they even want to continue, yeah.
Okay, we got to get that moving ASAP. I'll make a note of that. And they need to come down and sign their agreement for the upcoming year. They all are well within driving distance, walking distance, current vendors. Now, I didn't have a problem with our current vendors we have right now. I didn't know if you guys had encountered, and they, to their credit, they're good folks to work with. I don't have any issue of not allowing. Do we have to have a motion that we are going to retain our current 3?
I would suggest we'll probably do that when
Okay, we'll do that momentarily.
the committee brings back the
Okay. So when,
recommendations for,
okay, we don't have to do it right now, but when they come back, got it, that gives us, Eric gives you a chance to contact our friends and say, come hither.
if they want to do it, yeah.
Get that all taken care of. All right. On the new RFP, real quick, what's the difference between this one and the previous?
Caitlin's added some of her language with regards to E-Verify and some other things. And the committee has changed a little bit.
Yeah.
Because controllers changed, and we added Jeanette Jackson, who is our HR, but she's also in charge of our minority and women's owned business.
Right, right.
So we want to make sure that we're
Reaching out to a
checking out,
variety.
yeah, all those boxes, so.
What the heck I was going to ask her?
The preliminary deadline that we've put forward is, the deadline would be November the 19th. RFP's going out,
Tomorrow,
well,
in essence, Monday, yeah.
probably Monday. With a site visit on November the 10th. Questions have to be submitted by November the 12th. And then again, closing on November the 19th. So that would give the committee time to review the applicants and then bring recommendations to the board
Got it.
for your December meeting.
All right.
Do we have people that these are going out to?
What's the
So
advertising?
the discussion we had today was, yes, the Recorder magazine, or the
Indianapolis Recorder, Star.
advertising in that also, on our website, of course, but sending out, we're even going to go as far as sending them to the council members that addressed that earlier in the year and allow them to
Judy and Corey Corn.
forward those.
That's what the question was before, was that we didn't
Correct.
wide enough.
Yeah, so if they have some vendors that they'd like to send it to, they can invite them, but
Good point. Good way to do it.
So there isn't a boundary limitation?
No.
Okay.
And like I said, I think we walked through the first go-round being new to this. No, if we just went,
well, part of the scoring is resident Lawrence business. Of course, we're going to score higher to the Lawrence businesses, but again, if they're a woman-owned business, that helps the scoring also.
Oh, okay.
So there's some variables there that I think will cancel each other out, so to speak. But again, we think if we had 6, 7 vendors. That's a manageable group, and would give a lot more interest in the facilities.
Who are the 3 we have now, Eric?
Yes.
Who are the 3 we have now?
Chef Suzanne,
Fitzgerald.
Fitzgerald's Catering, and Porter Books and Bread.
And what's the
Porter
last?
Books and Bread over on Lawton Loop. I don't believe they've done any service for us, but it's a price point thing also.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of groups that are looking for a less expensive price point. So,
Any other questions?
Is it too late? Like, are we allowed to, if we know a business?
Oh, yeah.
We can pass it on to
Yes,
you?
yes, yes, by all means, word of mouth, yes, this is, yeah, no, everything's above deck. If they are interested, go to the city website, it'll be available. What, under our department or under,
it's generally on the front page. Yeah.
Okay.
It's,
Okay.
there's an application bid process, there's a tab that says bids or applications, so.
anyway, yeah, word of mouth, get it out there. Yes, there's no, like I said, no limit, no boundary.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, make it happen. Anything else? All right, I guess we entertain a motion that this board, City of Lawrence Parks Board, the issuance of requests for proposals for catering services at Sturt Center and Gin Park for the 2022 year.
So moved.
Second? You need more discussion? If not, all those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? All right, ladies, go get us something fancy. Fancy cheeseburgers or something. All right, anything else for the good of the cause? Audience? Anyone? I did not need a ball. Pardon?
Did provide the
Yes.
budget
You
information.
want to just touch real quick?
And I'll try to keep the board abreast of when we know anything, but right now we don't
I
know
jumped the gun
much.
there.
So, as it stands now, the council removed $172,000 out of the parks budget. But beyond that, they reduced the city's personnel services by 2.3 million. So we don't know where those
Cuts are coming.
cuts will be. Even if they took out all the Parks Department, that'd only be 500,000. So.
Yeah, not a lot.
Why are they doing all these cuts, Eric?
Don't put it in too bad.
We could go down into the weeds. I'm going to be honest, we could go down into the weeds into their calculations moving forward. Even their own consultants were taken aback and blindsided by what their calculations moving forward happened to be.
I just watched the council meeting,
Mm-hmm.
budget hearings, the finance committee, budget committee hearings.
Right.
Watch those, you pretty much get the idea about
Yeah.
what's going on.
Yeah.
And
I don't believe they're upset with the Parks Department, the Police Department, or
No.
anybody else.
I thought it was the president of the Parks Board, but
maybe if I got a haircut. My birthday's
you
Saturday.
had a tie on the other day at the Brooks thing.
How about that?
You had a jacket on.
Oh, I had a nice sport coat, and I hadn't worn a tie
I
in
didn't reckon I had to look
I
twice.
hadn't worn a tie in so long, I put it on, I started getting the yips. So I said, it's too hot. I looked almost professional, almost, that is. But no, the budget thing is in a, makes Joe Murphy crazy when I tell him it, but it's sausage making process right now, it's where it is. And it is an executive versus legislative branch,
Just one random comment, though. If you take out the money for dangerous tree removal.
Yes.
$6,000 for that, and what if a tree falls and,
Yeah.
actually, I mean, people get killed by this. I mean,
Well-
how much is that gonna cost you?
Yeah.
So, that's kind of penny wise, pound foolish kind of stuff.
yeah.
I mean, I
Well, I know if,
think I understand what they're doing. but
I know,
when you do stuff like that,
Yeah.
makes you look, and
it makes you look
the-
petty.
The meeting last night really made the city look bad.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't care whose fault you think it is.
Right.
It just look bad.
Well, when you,
So if you run into your counselor, just
yeah.
suggest that they look at things.
Pick up a phone. They know Eric's phone number. Eric's okay. They know your number. I know if you look under professional services other, 431. I know if I rented the Stewart Center and Mighty Mouse came strolling out from under a counter because we've eliminated monthly pest control in all buildings, to me, that's an issue.
Well, one person has a problem, they tell at least 10 other people.
Yeah.
Oh, you're not a kidding. But it's petty. It's,
You wouldn't be the first, she would be the first out of the Stare Center if there was a mouse there.
oh, yeah. I'd walk in and she, holy hell, what is going on around here, is what she'd say. But yes, their next meeting is the 25th of October. It has to be on its way to the state gods by the 1st of November, correct?
I believe so.
So there you have it.
Pretty close.
So yeah, we know who our counselors are. If they want to come and talk to us as a group, or up 2 of us at a time.
I got one other question. How many park personnel do we have?
8.
8.
8 full-time.
Theoretically, we might end up with 4.
Could be.
Okay.
I guess I'll be volunteering our time, Tom. We can push mower.
I don't know, I kept on my own yard, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Give me a break.
All right. Anything else? If not, everybody have a good weekend. If the Hoosiers can get a win on Saturday.
Are you kidding?
I know they get Michigan State.
Oh, well, Michigan State's good.
6-0.
And then next week they have Penn State.